When you have expectations about an outcome and get a different result than planned or desired, your expectations go unmet. Those unmet expectations lead to disappointment. And that right there is the key reason why there were no videos from me last week. The other reason is distance learning started and my entire studio got transformed into a classroom for now, so I'm still trying to figure that out. But that was only a small piece. I was actually really excited to go out and create a video for you last Monday, but as you know, last Monday we had an update. It was a 3-hour update, and the expectations that went unmet from Ludia were the fact that they said Instant Invincibility Taunt is going to be getting an update from moves, turns, attacks. I don't even know what they're calling it these days, but it was getting changed because the entirety Jurassic World Alive community was saying this move is broken, fix it. So Ludia says, all right, we got you, fam. We're gonna fix this for you. They put out a release that said, I don't even know what it said. It said Instant Invincibility Taunt was going to be changing from 4 attacks, 4 moves, who knows, I don't know, but it said it was changing. The expectation amongst the community was that it wasn't going to last for 2 turns when it's only meant to last for 1 turn. So after a long maintenance period, everybody logs back in eager to try out these new creatures that should be good in 2.0. And lo and behold, Ardentis Maxima, Instant Invincibility Taunt, they're still exactly the same. I don't even know where the disconnect happened because they said Maxima, they said Trichosaurus, and to some extent they said Diorajosaur. Instant Invincibility Taunt is completely broken, fix it. That's pretty self-explanatory to me. What Ludia heard was, in raid battles, Instant Invincibility Taunt is not working properly. Nobody said that. So what we had is an expectation when Ludia comes out and says, hey, we're going to fix Instant Invincibility Taunt. The community is thinking they're going to fix it for PvP, not change it for PvE, which is what actually happened. So here I am ready to go out, shoot this great new video. I'm like, you know what? I could do some vlog style videos again. It's been a hot minute since I've done this. I get ready to head out the door, maintenance ends. I'm like, ooh, it's a good time right here. I download and nothing has really changed. Expectations were unmet, disappointment sank in, and honestly I just didn't have much that I wanted to talk about for Jurassic World Alive last week because I was extremely disappointed in like how far apart the player base was and the developers were on something that seems so obvious from where I'm standing. But here we are, a week removed from that blunder, miscommunication, I don't even know what we're going to call it, but we're a week removed from whatever that catastrophe was. And I don't remember any news coming out that says, by the way, we got you guys. We didn't understand exactly what was happening, but we've changed it to the way that it should be working. I don't remember seeing any of that. Maybe they've released something since when I left the house to come do this video and when I'm actually recording this, but it's now fixed to the way that it should be. And I don't think people are going to be singing like celebration songs and victory songs in the bars, because Ardentis Maxima, Trichosaurus are still extremely broken, and whenever 2.1 comes out, I hope that they're addressed. And just so that there's no communication, if you're just a regular fan of my channel watching this video, you can skip ahead 10-15 seconds. If you were a developer at Ludia, we're not saying that they're broken because they're too good. It's fine that they're good. What I'm saying, and I think I speak for the community, but what I'm saying with Ardentis Maxima, it does not need 2 rampage moves when one of them slows things down. Let's get rid of that, okay? And it doesn't need 30% armor and 30% crit on top of its high HP pool. Like, take something away. Take away some of its health, take away some of its armor. Doesn't matter to me. That's what I think is broken with Ardentis Maxima. As for Trichosaurus, it does not need a counterattack move that slows you down. That takes all of the cunning creatures that you guys are supposed to have this paper, rock, scissors, little like trilogy of battling. Trichosaurus takes cunning and punts it. It says, you suck, get out of here. That's not balanced, guys. Come on, let's get that fixed. So, take away Trichosaurus's counterattack that reduces speed, and I think we're okay, because I don't have a problem with either one of these creatures being strong at all. Like, no problem with that. They're uniques. They're difficult to create. They should be strong. They should be in-game creatures. In-game creatures should kind of dominate non-in-game creatures. So I have no problem with that. But when you have a meta that has 2 creatures that you must put 8 creatures on your team to counter those 2, it's not balanced, guys. Come on, fix it, please. 2.1. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure there was no miscommunication where you think that what we're saying is it's too strong. So I don't even know how I don't know how you'd construe that, but that's what I'm asking for, just some minor adjustments. So that is why there were no videos last week, because Mama always told me, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. It is hot. I miss my studio. Not that it was cold in there, but it was definitely temperature controlled to a point. It is just hot and humid today, but I've kind of redone the team a little bit. I've done a bunch of different teams since 2.0 launch. So this is the current team that I'm running. The big addition here is going to be Mammalania, because instant invincibility Taunt doesn't last forever. So I'm hoping that Lania can do a little bit of damage. Other than that, Thor for some shield breaking because shields, Trico because Trico, Phyla because of Max, and Trico, Magna because it's good, Lania, Orion. Orion is a speedster that kind of walls most speedsters, oddly enough. And then I have Dio Rajasaur, and they're just for the counter attack. So, with all that being said, we have some boosters that we need, some incubators, not boosters, some incubators that we need to fill in here. And let's see if I get an opponent. Shouldn't have too much trouble. I am just in the library, and I've gone on wild swings since 2.0, like 200 up, 300 down. Just I went 0-11-1 at one point the other day. Not good at all. I'm going to start off with Mags here. Mags is good because it just kind of covers everything. And if your opponent wants to lead with a bleeder, like mine did here, it really works well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the nullification, because I'm assuming they're going to use superiority strike, and they did, which would have negated my my distracting move anyways. And then I'm going to go rampage just so that I can go distraction and then rampage again. The other part of that is, if they had swapped out, my rampage would have been good on the new creature as well. So that's why I decided to do that. And then here we go. We have the speedster at 155. That is insane. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop in Orion. Orion's going to eat or deflect a lot of this damage. They should be doing rampage because they were trying to knock out my mags with the rampage, which would have done it, and they do. The next thing I'm gonna do is, because I can survive 100%, I'm just going to throw up my shield, and then on the next turn I think I can just go with, dang, yo, that was not supposed to happen. Why was that so much damage? Oh, because it was distracting, which is 1.5 times. Did not pay attention to that. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to throw a shield up. That is a pure glass cannon, Erlodominus, and it's going to get completely destroyed by every Trico it's ever going to see, which kind of like ruins all potential like cunning creatures. We're gonna go here just in case they want to go with the shield. They don't. Not the shield, the cloak. So that's going to give me a good hit right here. And then, since I'm faster, I mean, we might as well just go for the knockout blow. And I really can't see my screen because my glasses are polarized, so I'm going to take those bad boys off. And I took a sip of water before I started talking here. And the last thing you want to do is take a sip of water and then swallow incorrectly, and that's exactly what I did. Mammalania is really nice against Thorodolosaur as long as you're faster, and I am, which means how much damage does Mags do here? 17, 18. That's not enough. I'm gonna swap out. I'm gonna eat the instant charge, which is fine, and then unless I crit, I'm not gonna do enough damage, but I'm gonna set up my Trico, maybe? Wait. I was trying to set up my Thyla. So now they have to swap out. They're probably gonna swap out into Erladom. Why would you not swap out there? You're not gonna do 5,300 damage. Did I knock out Erladom? Maybe I already knocked out Edom. Anyways, a win is a win. So we're gonna chalk that one up to 1-0. We timed out. I thought that was gonna get fixed. They get a pass. But again, like, I thought that was something that they were supposed to be fixing, is timeouts. And I don't know why someone would time out. I feel like there's enough people playing the game. Typically, I get battles. And if you do time out, why don't you just get the AI? That's another question. It's a programming question that I just don't know the answer to. I'm gonna start off with Mammalania because I've gotten to the point where I don't like leading with Thyla because most people just swap out of it instantly. I like to save Thyla until the end when they don't really have options to swap out to. A lot of people will lead with Max to see if it's gonna be good or not. And if it's not, they'll swap out into something and then bring Max back later. Well, if I can just do damage to Max, and whittle it down, then they won't bring it back later. Or if they save theirs for later, then with my Thyla at the end, they don't have anything I can swap out into, which is what I'm going for. So what we're gonna do here is we are just gonna throw our own shield, and Stego. Man, Stego's fallen hard from when it ruled the game. Man, I'm gonna buff up my next attack here. How long is that shield? 2 attacks, 2 turns. And you know, a lot of the problem is with this attack versus turns. It's very not intuitive. Because to me, an attack is pretty self-explanatory. I make a move. Whether I actually do physical damage or not, to me is still an attack. A turn, in my opinion, is I go, you go. That's a turn. But that's not actually always the case. So 17, so 35. That's not always actually the case, because it can happen where if I have something for turns, I go, they go, but then they become faster, they go again, then that is 1 turn, where it's actually 3 attacks. So it needs some clarification there for sure. I'm gonna bring in Thorodolosaur because Thorodolosaur is good when it's had an opportunity to warm up. It's good at getting the revenge kill, if you will, and then being set up for the next turn. And then it's gonna make it impossible for them to swap. I stand corrected. They're gonna swap into their own Thorodolosaur as well. Okay. I'm gonna get crushed here, but as long as they don't have, I'm trying to think what they could have at the back end of their squad here that would cause me for concern. This could be bad actually, because let's see. I'm gonna have to swap. No, I'm not. I'm gonna say that they're not gonna crit. Wow. They didn't even try to use instant charge. Maybe they thought I was gonna swap. All right. Ooh. Now, again, this did not work out for me real well last time. And it might not work out real well for me this time. Let's see how much damage. I need to be above 3060. Cutting it close. But I go first. I think that's the big difference. I think the big difference here is the fact that I get to go first this time. And now, they're faster, right? They're not, because I'm gonna do a nullification. I'm gonna do 34 here. See if they swap out or keep it, they're gonna keep it the same. Does my shield hang around? Uh-oh. My shield was still there, even though graphically it said my shield was gone. Probably should have got KO'd there. 2 attacks, 3 turns. Not sure if that's working right or not. But 53.91, that's 2 wins. I'm glad that IIT is fixed. Trico needs a little bit of reworking, Max needs a little bit of reworking, but a few more cunning creatures are now a little more viable than they were before, especially as revenge killers, which Edom and Ehrlich of Spikes should be your 2 big revenge killers. So hopefully they get new life, and then whenever the next update comes out, hopefully also as more people start getting Mortem Rex should loosen things up a little bit, because it can counter the 2 big dogs and has counters of its own. So there you go, that's all I got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time.